Diphtheria outbreak. Very small number of cases reported at Manston Airfield, where about 3,000 people are staying in tents. Manston was originally designed to hold only 1,000 people, and it will be of concern to public health officials that cases have been identified in a facility where people are sleeping close together on the floor in tents. Diphtheria is very rare in the UK, and last year there were just 10 confirmed cases. A vaccination program for the disease was introduced in the UK in 1942. Home Office sources said that all cases had been treated with antibiotics and they had followed the isolation guidance required. Diphtheria is not the only reported infection on site. There was previously an outbreak of norovirus, while scabies is widespread. An outbreak of diphtheria was reported in Rohingya refugee camps in Bangladesh in 2017, and a mass vaccination program was introduced. Diphtheria is an acute bacterial disease that usually affects the tonsils, throat, nose, and/or skin. The disease is passed from person to person by droplet transmission, usually by breathing in bacteria after an infected person has coughed, sneezed, or even laughed. It can also be spread by handling used tissues or by drinking from a glass used by an infected person. People can also get sick from touching infected sores on persons with the skin form of diphtheria. The diphtheria bacteria make a toxin that sickens people. It can lead to breathing problems, heart failure, paralysis, and sometimes death. Nearly 1 out of every 10 people who get respiratory diphtheria will die from it. Most cases of diphtheria occur among unvaccinated or inadequately vaccinated people. Although no longer a very common disease in the US, diphtheria remains a large problem in other countries and can pose a serious threat to people in the US who may not be fully immunized and who travel to other countries or have contact with people coming to the US from other parts of the world. Signs and symptoms may vary from mild to severe. They usually start 2 to 5 days after exposure. Symptoms often come on fairly gradually, beginning with a sore throat and fever. In its early stages, diphtheria may be mistaken for a severe sore throat. Other symptoms include a low-grade fever and enlarged lymph nodes located in the neck. Diphtheria can cause skin lesions that may be painful, red, and swollen. People carrying diphtheria germs are contagious for up to 4 weeks without antibiotics, even if they themselves do not develop symptoms. There is a vaccine to prevent diphtheria. Most people receive their first dose as children in the form of a combined vaccine called diphtheria, tetanus, or cellular pertussis. A booster dose is recommended for adolescents as tetanus diphtheria pertussis vaccine. Health officials now recommend that all adults receive at least 1 booster dose. After that dose, tetanus diphtheria vaccine can be used for needed booster doses. Treatment for respiratory diphtheria involves using antitoxin to stop the toxin made by the bacteria from damaging the body. Antibiotics may be used to kill and get rid of the bacteria for both infections in the respiratory system and on the skin. Recovery from diphtheria is not always followed by lasting immunity, so even those persons who have survived the disease need to be immunized.